I agree with what Emily said. It's one thing to put sensors on a line. If you take dynamic line ratings, take back data and calculate a rating. It's very straightforward. If you think of the sensors, they're taking relatively simple measurements: ambient temperature, conductor temperature, vibration or sag, wind speeds. You're taking those data points back, and now based off of what that conductor type is, now you're calculating a rating on a continuous basis. Taking that back to an engineer on a desk or even just displaying in an operating center is pretty straightforward, but doesn't really get you all the benefits that you're looking for your customers. The challenge is when you're trying to take that data and that calculated real-time rating and now plug it into, say, the day-ahead market that affects congestion pricing, or leveraging that data to defer or eliminate the need for a transmission project. In order to make that connection, for us at least at PPL and our Pennsylvania utility in PJM, the hard part is really working with the RTO to really pull that thread all the way through. So just like Emily said, you have to take that data, you have to incorporate it into your operational flow of a calculated rating. But then you have to keep pulling it through in that instead of sending static ratings, for instance, for us between PPL and PJM, now you have to work with PJM in order to get pretty much that same stream flow of data so that not only are we getting a dynamic line rating, they are, and then they could incorporate it into their basically day-ahead market pricing and then account for it in their modeling for our type projects. And so for us, and I can give the specific line, it was the Harwood-Susquehanna line. We were able to defer an over $50 million rebuild with a dynamic line ratings project that was several $100,000. And the way that is able to work is very close coordination within PJM, the RTO and PJM. And then just to talk about how we were able to pull it into the day-ahead market, you're relying on, say, PJM to also calculate things like assumptions and building an API between our software, our operational software, and their own. So in order to get it off the ground, we basically met with PJM every week, IT group to IT group, engineering group to engineering group, and we worked on every issue for about a year in order to pull that simple operational data all the way through to where it could actually save customers money. From the time we decided to put the sensors up, it was just a few months. But from the time you actually make it fully operational, where it can actually connect to market prices, that's where most of the legwork is.